school programs down here in the state of Arkansas. It's kind of a cool thing. You have to play something like that, and we are more than happy to oblige. Like Mr. Club said, I'm Timothy Molinex, and right over here are the Jazz Cats, El Dorado Jazz Cats. They're going to do a great job. I hope y'all enjoy their music tonight. We're going to start out. Y'all got loud music? Yeah, okay, good. We play a lot of loud music. We got one soft tune for y'all. We got a lot of loud music. This one, you might know, it's a Jack Pastorius tune called The Chicken. It's pretty cool. It's going to feature our senior All-State bass player, Will Oliver, in the back. Let's give him a hand. And then also it's going to feature Miss Natalie Alvarado playing solely on trombone. Now I'll tell you, she said, Miss Williams, I want to do this by myself. And I said, girl, if you Friday, jump on it. And she's jumping on it. She's doing a really good job. I hope y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all enjoy The Chicken. That's Michael Lyons on the drum set. Thank you so much. The cool thing about being a jazz band director, as you can see, I feel like, y'all seen the movie Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby? That scene where he goes, What do I do with my hands? What am I doing? I don't know when I'm in the interview. That's why I feel like a jazz band director, because realistically, I'm a facilitator. That's a big old fancy word in education that just basically means I stand back and let the children do what they need to do to be successful, and I step in every once in a while. So let's give these children a hand, because they're doing the work. Thank you so much. All right, so the next thing we're going to do for you guys is a good old classic swinging tune called Two Down Territory. It's going to feature a couple of soloists. It's going to feature the entire sax section, by the way, the whole little section. And then after that, it's going to be our senior Cadence Choate, and then junior Connor Jennings. All right, I hope y'all enjoy Two Down Territory. So much. The next thing we're going to do is a little light dancing tune called Moon Dance. This is going to feature two quasi-soloists on this one. It's going to be Ian Hernandez on tenor sax and Mr. Joseph Potts in the back playing trumpets. Also, the really cool thing about this tune, in the middle of it has a selected solo, and all these awesome students were like, we want to play that thing together. Now, you know what I said? Okay, yeah, let's do it. So they're going to play a little thing all together there in the middle of it. All right, so I hope you all enjoy Moon Dance. By the way, part of the reason I chose this tune is because this is Mr. Klope's last concert for us. All right, let's give Mr. Club a hand real quick. And as some of y'all may know, former band students in the audience tonight and band students that are in the stage right now, what is the one thing we do for solo every year is what? Moon Dance. Remember every year we did Moon Dance? Yeah, because he loves that song. So guess what? We're going to play it tonight for Mr. Club. Let's give it a hand for the soloists on this tune. Let's give it John Hernandez over there in 2 cents. Joseph Parks to the left. And then the whole jazz band right in the middle. Let's give him a hand. All right, I'm taking the mic off so you know it's going to be serious. Okay, I thought I was doing that with the mic. All right, so it's the... It is the time of the program, the second last set that we're going to do for you guys. So, y'all know what that means. It's the part that y'all love and hate at the same time. These kids have worked their hinds off for me. This is my third year doing this, I think. I believe, yeah. Some of them have been working for me for 3 years, and those are seniors. Like, they have just done an awesome job. If you're a senior, wait for this crowd real quick. These kids are amazing. And every single one of them is getting some money in college for band. Every single one of them. Y'all heard them play. Yeah, of course. I was like, please, give me some. Yeah, they're going to do great. Also, here is a really good stat that I like to give these people who love stats and percentages. All right? Hey, if you made all region band, raise your hand. That's almost 100%. Yeah, that was amazing this year. They did a great job preparing that music. If you made all state, raise your hand. You can raise your hand, Kate. You made two of them made it in concert band, but we'll all run back, made it all the way to All-State, beat hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players to get to that level. They did a great job. All right, now this is what they really wanted to hear this whole time. I see all the seniors. So, the Louis Armstrong Award. Every year, I give that to the most, they all deserve it. They all deserve it. But the one that shines just a little bit brighter than everybody else, does everything that I've asked them, ever. If it's playing piano like they never played piano before in their life, but they jumped on a piano. If it's playing a drum set part, an emergency, and they go ahead, yeah, I got it, just let me have a drum set at the house. He has done more than anything in the last couple of years to make this jazz band function, right? And so this year's Louis Armstrong Award goes to Mr. Michael Lyons. That's it, Ms. Lyons, you want to take a picture real quick? All right, come on, Michael, get up here. I know. He gets a cool little certificate. It's on my desk. I forgot to bring it in here. Sorry. All right. It's literally right across the way. He gets a cool little pin to put on his jacket to tell everybody that in college that, like, hey, I'm a Louis Armstrong winner. When did you win the Louis Armstrong Award? And then he gets an awesome little trophy. All right? So let's give him a hand. Oh my God. All right. Thank you so much. So we're actually going to combine two tunes for our last little number. The kids, as you can tell, I play with the kids every day because I play professionally, but I like playing all the time. And so the kids asked me, it's like, hey, Mr. Molinex, why don't you play a tune for the concert? And so, you know, I was like, all right, I'll do it. Yeah, cool, that's all right, I don't mind. I love playing in front of people. That's like my thing. So the first thing was, Miss Trinity Koo over here, she's always asked, she's like, I love this solo. I want a solo. And so I gave her whole song to herself. It's called, it suits her very well because she plays bari sax, and it's called Very, Very Good. So she's going to get up here in a second and play this solo. I'll move the mic for you. All right. But then she also said, Mr. Alex, can you play a little B-flat blues for me in the beginning? So I'm going to play a little bit in the middle, okay? And then she's going to take it over. All right. And then, after we get done with this song, Will actually came up with this idea that he's like, hey, you know the first chord of the song we played, 2 Seconds of Midnight? It's a really like melt your face song, like in your face. It's a great closer. You know it's the same chord as Very, Very Good at the end? I was like, oh my gosh, it is. Let's just go ahead and kick it right into it. So after that, we're going to play a song called 2 Seconds of Midnight. All right, my people that make 4 states, they already know this tune is pretty cool, by Alan Blaylock. And it's got a pretty high up there trombone solo. And I asked Natalie, she's like, hey, you up for it? And she said, Mr. Moss, you got it. So I'm going to go ahead and play that solo, and I'm going to rock out a little bit on it. So I don't mind making a fool of myself in front of people. It's kind of my thing. That's why I'm a teacher. All right. Have I wasted enough time to get everything set up for you? All right, cool. All right. There's always a plan. All right, so y'all enjoy Very, Very Good with Trendy Coup over here. I'll move the mic over here for you in a second. And then we'll rock it right off at 2 seconds of midnight. Thank you so much. These 2 tunes are going to be our last tunes. After that, I love your applause, but we are literally going to go, thank you very much, and then move right off the stage to get ready for the concert band. All right? So, again, thank you for coming out tonight, and thank you for supporting the El Reno School programs. She actually, she's going to be loud enough. I don't think y'all have ever heard Trendy Coup play Barry Sack before. She would be loud as Barry Sack would ever.